Hi, my name is April Lopez. Today we're going to do a flipped classroom about measuring two items using a third item. To start, I have here three different size stars. Just looking at this, can you guys tell which one is the smallest? I'll give you a second to think about it mentally. Okay, so if you can see, this star is obviously the largest. It's in between these two stars. And if we just kind of go across this way, we can see it lines up with this. They all line up at the bottom. And this one does not touch this top line. So we have our largest in between, and this one is our smallest. Okay. Next, I'm going to play this video about comparing lengths. This is going to go over how you order objects from longest to shortest and shortest to longest, and how to use a third object to compare two objects that may seem similar in length. Here is our objective that we're going to be working with today.
What is length? Length is the distance between the beginning and the end of something. Imagine you're getting dressed in the morning. You have 3 pairs of pants. One pair drags on the ground when you wear them. One pair is too small and shows your socks and legs. One pair is just right. How do you know which one is which? The pair of pants that is too small is the shortest. Shortest means that it's not as long as anything else being measured or compared. The pair of pants that drags on the ground is the longest. The longest thing in a group has the biggest length. That leaves the pair that fits in the middle. You can put objects in order according to length. Let's compare the length of these pencils. Mary, Mike, and John have 1 pencil each. Mary uses her pencil a lot and needs to sharpen it several times. Mike uses his more times and sharpens it more. And John doesn't sharpen his at all. We'll compare lengths to learn which pencil is longer than the others. Let's compare the pencils. Which one is longest?
Okay, let's take a second here. I'm going to give you guys a chance to see which pencil is the longest. We have John's pencil, Mike's pencil, and Mary's pencil. Remember, we're going to use 3 objects to compare the sizes. So take a second. Okay.
Which pencil is shortest? Now,
Here we see Mike's
we can
pencil
put
is the
the pencils
shortest.
in order, from shortest to longest, or from longest to shortest. Let's put these pencils in order, from shortest to longest. Mike's pencil is shortest, so it comes first. Which pencil comes next?
So we see here that because Mike's pencil is the shortest, it is going to go in the very front. If we compare this pencil to John's pencil and Mary's pencil, which one do you guys think is going to come next? Okay, good job. Let's find out.
Mary's pencil comes next. Its length is in the middle, so we will put it in the middle.
Now that they have moved all the pencils in order, we can see the difference in Mike's, Mary's, and John's pencil. Obviously, Mike's is the shortest, and then we see Mary's is a little bit taller, and John's pencil is the largest pencil.
That leaves John's pencil. It's the longest. Your pencils are now organized from shortest to longest. Sometimes you may not be able to compare lengths easily. In that case, you can use another object to help you compare lengths. Let's compare these baseball bats. How can we compare them without measuring with a ruler? We can use another object to compare, like this stick. We can compare the length of each bat with the length of the stick to see which is longer. Which one do you think is longer?
Okay, let's take a second to think which one do we think is the longest. We can see that both bats look pretty similar, and it's really kind of hard to tell with the way that they're situated. But what do you think? Okay, hold your thought and let's find out.
Let's compare. First, we'll compare the yellow bat. Which is longer, the stick or the bat? Now, we'll compare the blue bat and the stick. Which is longer? If the yellow bat is longer than the stick and the blue bat is shorter than the stick, which bat is longer?
Okay, take a second to think which one is the longest. We compared the stick right next to the yellow one, and we saw that the yellow bat was bigger than the stick, and the stick next to the blue one, we saw that the stick was bigger than the blue bat. So which bat is the biggest? Okay, let's find out.
Is that the baseball bat you thought was longest? When things aren't right next to each other, it can make them look longer or shorter than they really are. So, when comparing length, you can put objects in order, from longest to shortest, or shortest to longest. You can also use one object to compare the lengths of two other objects.
Okay, so that's it for that video. I hope you learned a little something from that. Now we're going to apply it. So here I have a picture of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different kinds of Snicker bars. They're all Snickers, just different sizes. Take a look at these and can you see which one is the smallest and which one is the largest? They are already in order for you, so you just have to think of what name is the smallest one and which one is the longest one. I'll give you a second. Okay, so we see that comparing all these bars, our mini size is the smallest, and our share size is the longest. We see all these other ones, fun size, 100 cal size, and single size, all are in between and can be used to compare the smallest one and the largest one in size. Okay, next we're going to practice. So I want you to go to this link and we're going to play 6 rounds of ordering objects by their length from shortest to longest. So I'm going to click on the link and give you guys an example of what this is going to look like. This is what you will see when you come up. You're going to press play. Let it load for a second.
Arrange from shortest to the longest.
And make sure you're following the directions given to you. So we want to arrange our objects from shortest to longest. So we have this pencil, a little bean, and a telescope. Which one do you guys think is the shortest? Good. The bean. Bean is the shortest, so we're going to go in the top. Now we move that and we can see between these two which one is longer. Telescope or pencil? Good job. Telescope. So you're going to move them and then you're going to press done.
Arrange from shortest
And
to
then
the
you guys will
longest.
carry on.
Drag the
So I'll give you guys some time to do that. And after we are done going through the slides for the flipped classroom, you'll have a chance to go back in, go ahead and practice on that. Next, we have, how are we going to apply this to the real world? You're probably thinking, why do I need to know this? Well, let's say you are asked to buy the longest carrot at the grocery store because your mother's making carrot juice. So you need abundance of carrot. So you're going to go to the section of the grocery store with the carrots and you're going to compare the size. Do you want the carrot that's about this big, carrot that's this big, or the longest carrot that they have? Correct. You're going to get the biggest carrot. So, just as an example, I'd like you to go around your home, look for 3 objects that are similar. This can be dolls, cars, crowns, pens, pencils, a string that you may have, shoes, etc. Anything that you have 3 of the same. For my example, I chose this picture of 3 different pairs of shoes. So what you're going to first do is find your 3 objects. They are similar, but they are different in size. Our next step, you're going to put all your objects lined up. They don't have to be in order for this step. Just line up your objects. Next, step 3, you're going to put your objects in the order from smallest to largest. So you're going to get your 3 objects you lined up, and I want you to rearrange everything so that you have the shortest one on the top or to the left, and then the longest object on the bottom or the right. So it'll look something like the picture. You have your shortest one, the middle, and then your largest. After you do that, I'd like you to get your notebook for class, record your information, so you will write down the objects that you used, and if possible, to kind of draw a picture of what objects you chose and the difference in the lengths. You can also have your parents help you take a picture, print it out, and stick it into your notebook, or bring it into class, email it to me, and I can print it out as well. We're going to use this to do class data when we meet again. So this is something else I need you guys to do. Next, we're going to practice one more time, and we're going to practice on this website. This is similar to the other one. You'll have 12 rounds, and your score goes up with the more that you get right. But you have to follow directions here. If you'd like to listen to the sentence and the directions that it's asking you, go ahead and click on this speaker.
Choose the longest.
It's asking you to choose the longest brush. If you're struggling, there's a hint, and this is your hint. You'll have a certain number of hints. So we see right here, we have 2 hints left. So once lined up all against this black line, we can see the different lengths. This helps us. So you are going to choose this one because it is the longest and submit. Good job. So you will carry on with the other 15 questions, and then I would like you to write down your score in your notebook. What did you get? Please be honest. There's no shame in getting any wrong. That's what we're here for. We're going to work on this together when we meet again in class. Thank you, and have a great rest of your evening.